Let's do it.
Welcome, everybody, to the Digital Fire Podcast. It's your host, as always, Caleb Parker.
And Caleb Parker.
And Ethan Schutter.
So two Caleb Parkers and one Ethan Schutter.
Absolutely.
Oh, I was
supposed
supposed to say Caleb Parker, wasn't I?
No.
The Caleb Trio.
The Caleb Trio. Since this episode is going to be coming out on Halloween, I'm going to start it off with a scary story.
Ooh.
A real one. That actually happened to me.
What happened?
This was years ago.
Do I need to set the mood?
Is there a ghost involved?
No, but do you remember when I used to live in that room back there?
Yes. Are you talking about what I think you're talking about?
Yeah, well, if you know it, don't spoil
I know.
it.
I won't.
Okay. So...
Oh, I think I might know. But go ahead.
You didn't know me then, I don't think.
Okay.
It doesn't have to do
aggressive. It doesn't have to do.
You didn't know me, I don't think.
Does it have to do
Does
with
that have
what?
to do with Andy?
No.
The prank that you did?
No,
on,
that
okay.
was
That
the
was a good
prank
one,
that I
though.
did on Andy. This is just a story. Here we go.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
So this happened years ago. This was before I was volunteering at church. I came down here and I used to live in that room back there. And it's late at night and I thought I heard something in the closet. Board games falling or something because that's what was in that closet. Now, the scary part is hours before, I'm at B-Dubs with people from Byron Center. My friend Jacob Schmidt was there, who, if you don't know him, it is both either a privilege or a reluctance to meet him.
Privilege or reluctance?
For me, it's been both.
Fair.
At different times.
Fair.
And Sam was there. And did I say people from Byron Center?
Yeah.
Yes, we were at B-Dubs hanging out, talking. I don't know if we were drinking. I drank back then. But we were hanging out, and at some point, Jake leaves, and we all said bye. And so me and Sam are hanging out at B-Dubs together with all these people from Byron Center. And eventually, we leave. We go our separate ways. I come home. I walk downstairs.
Bro. And you're afraid somebody's in your closet.
And I walk in that room, and I thought I heard something in the closet. So I walked in there, I opened it up, and I checked, and there's nothing in there. I say, okay, whatever. And then I walk in, I go to the bathroom, and I hear the closet door open.
No way.
Not imagining.
Like it was open, like it was closed. Was it closed when you went to the bathroom?
Yeah, it was closed. And it's one of those ones that it's one of those ones that's like that, like double.
Like yeah.
And I heard it slide open when I was in the bathroom. Not imaginary this time. And I looked at the mirror at myself and I was like, oh my gosh.
Dude, there's somebody in my closet. They were above you. You didn't check up. Like
I have to go into the closet and look.
Again.
So I walk back in there and I open up again. I look to my right. There's nothing there. As I'm turning my head left, there's a man standing in a graduation gown looking at me with the most menacing grin on his face. And he's just like,
nah, you're lying.
It was my buddy Jacob Schmidt.
Yeah.
He left B-Dubs earlier.
And came here?
Yeah.
Yes. And it was
where was he? You checked the closet the first time. Where was he?
Yeah, I don't know. I must have. I think.
Was he under your bed and he just like threw something at the closet? Like
no, he was in there the whole time. But I think I opened it and just kind of glanced in.
It didn't even hardly look.
Barely looked. And then when I went in the bathroom, the scariest part was when I was in the bathroom and I heard it open because I knew that it opened. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew it. You're like, oh crap, here we go.
Yeah, and I was used to him always coming over to my house, but he'd always park his car in the front of my house. So I would know.
He parked it like a block away.
Yeah, or
Probably,
somewhere, and then he walked here.
That part I didn't know. I didn't know he parked his car. That's great.
I don't know how
super
far it
creepy.
was away, but it wasn't where he normally would. 'Cause
Enough
it
for
would
you
be
not to notice.
Right.
Apparently.
Yeah. Okay. So now then, happy Halloween.
Spooky.
All right, Stefan. So you're going to be the star of this show. Wait, should we jump in before you?
We should jump in. It's tradition.
Okay, here we go.
Jump in. Beautiful. So, ladies and gentlemen, do I have a story for you?
Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. This is a topic that I just want to discuss because it seems to be more of a trend in regards to the dating world is, and I'm not particularly saying that this is a specific gender, but I am saying that this is specific towards a gender, is women are right now, it seems to be a trend of them cheating to get out of a relationship versus just telling the guy, honestly, I think the spark is gone and ending the relationship like it should be. I actually had that incident happen today with my coworker. Yesterday, it was his day off, and his girl, of course, on his day off, picked the most absolute perfect timing to break things off with the relationship, let alone he had found out that same day that she had been seeing a guy for a while. Yeah. Or he had been seeing a guy, she had been seeing a guy for a while.
and they were an exclusive boyfriend, girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, they've been dating for like, I think, 4 years or 5 years. So they've been dating for a while. Yeah, exactly. If you've known somebody that long, but then, yeah, it just seems to be a reoccurring pattern of women cheating on guys instead of just being honest.
She was for sure cheating on him.
Yeah,
Who cares?
Dang.
Apparently we don't.
Oh, yeah, no. It's crazy. And then it's one of those things, too, where I won't say who, but it's another person that but his ex-wife decided to cheat on him while in the relationship instead of, again, breaking up. And then they are now finally divorced, but at the same time, that's just another thing. And then it seems like, at least with me, with my past relationships, all of the women have broken up with me, but come to find out, and I've had proof on all this, that they have literally been cheating on me.
All of them?
Yeah, literally all of them. Well, not the third one, but as far as, my intuition goes, is probably, but I highly doubt it. I would say definitely the first two did. So my ex-fiance and my first girlfriend, for sure, 100%. I had proof on that because one of the guys that my first girlfriend cheated me on with was another guy from another store that we both worked at as one company. So she transferred to that store and then met the guy, and we were still going out, and it was past Christmas, and then that's when everything just fell apart. Then my ex-fiance was on Bumble while we were engaged, and that happened. So instead, if you don't feel that spark anymore, what gives you the idea like cheating is better? You know what I mean? Cheating is obviously not the solution. I would rather somebody break up with me and be honest and be like, I don't think things are working out. And like, again, like the third girlfriend that I've had is that she wanted me to change to be somebody who I wasn't going to be. And she wanted me to change for her, like in regards to, well, you're not doing this and I want you to do this. You're not spending your money on this, but I want you to spend it on this. But then she had like $30,000 in her savings and she was living in an apartment complaining about why she doesn't have enough money.
Yeah.
So there's that. So it's kind of hypocritical for her to be talking about my funding and my finances and where I'm at in life versus where she's at in life or where she could be at life per se. So
I think it's just easier not to engage with that person and just like move on and cheat on that person. Like, I think that's what their thinking is.
Right.
Yes, like why? Like, I think that's why.
Yeah, it's wild on how much this has happened. Like, even I've had other friends that, like, they just literally... You're just like, we're sitting back here for this one.
Swimming back and forth.
But, like, that just is a thing, and I don't get where, like, I mean, I know what your thing is like, it's just easier to move on to somebody else.
No integrity there.
Yeah, no integrity, and then it's just like, oh, well, I'm just going to make it seem like it's either his fault or it's just a me thing and call it good, and then let alone I've been seeing a guy for 5 months.
Well, why don't you cry about it?
Yeah.
I did cry about it.
I think you also have to like put it on yourself, like, what did I necessarily do wrong to push this person away? Well, like, what did I fail to do?
Yeah.
Like, did I not pursue this person anymore? You know?
Well, that was the thing with my ex-fiance. I'm going to relate it mostly to this because that was the hardest one to get over out of all of them.
Well, yeah, you were engaged.
Yeah, I was engaged and months away from being married. And so with her, what it was is she made it be where she goes, when she broke up with me, she came to my work and she goes, I think it's just better if we see other people. You deserve somebody better than me. And so at that point, I was like, what the heck does that mean? And so but then she kept putting more blame on me like the next day and everything else. Like, this is why the relationship ended because of this, this, and this. You weren't doing this and blah, blah. But really, it was, I've been seeing this guy for, a few months now, and I'm on Bumble again because me and him were done. So I'm testing the waters at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, again, they play that psychological game with you, regardless of, if you're a guy or girl in this situation. They'll still play with you, like, in a psychological way to make you believe either you're at fault or the relationship is ending naturally because they just lost touch. And then you find out the truth, not from yourself, but you find it out from other people and then find out. And that's when it's like the game changer right there. And it's like, oh, like for me, after the whole Bumble thing, and I was thought to believe like it was my fault why the relationship ended, then all of a sudden I found out about Bumble and the other guy and everything like that. And it's just like light bulb went on. And I was like, oh, well, I'm not the one to blame now. It wasn't my fault the entire time. She was just cheating on me. So we're good. And so, but she wanted to keep playing mind games for over, what, I would say about like a year and a half.
Yeah.
She wanted to keep playing mind games with me to try to get me to either come back or do whatever. And I was just like, no. Like, don't get me wrong, part of me missed her because, again, it was that whole thing. We went through like a year and a half, almost 2 years together. We called ourselves the COVID couple because we met like literally during the pandemic. So I know, crazy.
COVID couple. Well, I'm interested, Ethan, because you say that sometimes it's the person wasn't pursuing them enough and that's what led them to cheat. So you're saying that it can be the other person's fault?
Yeah, it's Ethan's turn now for the mic.
No, I'm more saying like people aren't taking ownership. Like, what did I do necessarily in that relationship that was wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so instead of pointing at the other person, they should be pointing at themselves.
Right.
So I'm saying in your case, you should be pointing at yourself. Like, what could have I done better? And then the same thing for her. And then if she's not communicating that with you, it's like, well, no wonder it fell apart,
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes girls can be, since we have a younger audience, I'll say a certain garden tool.
Yes, 11 years old. Wait, what?
A shovel?
Just kidding. That's our average age.
No, I'm talking about a hoe.
Yes. Oh, wow. Okay.
I think sometimes they can just be a hoe.
Yeah. And I mean, guys can do the same thing, but just guy version.
Yeah, but you chose that hoe.
Yeah.
That is very
you did
true.
Choose
that is very true.
You used the tool of destruction and you used it against yourself. But yeah, you can look at that point and be like, okay, well, this person. Hold on, let me rewind real quick because I just lost my train of thought. No, but but yeah, you can like look back at yourself and say, what did I do? But there are cases where it's like this person like deliberately has intentions to not just test the waters. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's really not you at that point after the breakup happens. What did I do? Because that's your first thing you do. Is if they say like it's not you, it's me thing or whatever, blah blah, whatever their excuse is, they make that move to make you think like it's your fault. Like like what you're saying is you're like, what did I do? Like what could I have done better? And I mean, yeah, there's a couple things I definitely will admit that I could have done better in the relationship, but it wasn't anything in regards to like anything major, like, I wasn't there for her or I wasn't loyal enough or I was, watching certain films and stuff like that.
Yes,
right.
Thank you.
So
do not want to get demonetized.
Yeah, exactly. So watching certain films, like nothing like that. It's just in regards to, like I know there was, maybe a couple things like just, talking to her on the phone or something stupid like that I could have done a little bit more because I hate talking on the phone. I would rather you text me than talk on the phone.
Yeah.
So it's like when she wanted to call and stuff like that, there'd be, I would pick up, but I would just be like, can we just text, like, please, or just meet up somewhere?
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, that's just the whole thing of it is then they got to look at themselves too, because in her mind at the time, it should have been like,
you can't control whether she's going to look at herself or not.
No, I know that. And I'm not saying like I have that power.
Hopefully they do, but.
Yeah. But I feel like at some point, because I even questioned, like, why didn't something click in her head? Like, I'm engaged and this is wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact.
Or I should talk to him about.
Yeah. I should talk
these
to
extra
communicate
feelings,
what's
or
wrong with.
Like,
yeah.
If she's having a problem, like, you're not calling me enough, or we're not hanging out enough.
Right.
Like, can you put those video games down? Or, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, and that's she knew I was a gamer, so I mean that was part of it, but not really anything major. Because it's like if she needed me, I would obviously drop the game at that point. Because again, she was giving me my
I'm
wife.
just saying
I
she
would
was
never.
expressing how she feels.
He's
is
in
what
an
I'm saying.
intense game of Super Mario, trying to beat the world record. Babe, leave me alone.
Dude, I'm speed running this. I'm speed running this, okay?
Speed run, world record. But yeah, like it's just those things where it's like you think on the other person's mindset of like, what were they thinking? You know what I mean? Because they either got the influence from somebody else or they listened to their inner demons about like testing the waters.
People, especially girls, do this a lot. Is they go to their especially their girlfriends, and they say, "Oh, this is like terrible." I'm not saying that guys don't, but usually we don't.
Yeah, we don't express our feelings.
We actually just don't talk to. We go into a room and we don't talk.
Because as men, we've been demonetized from the world.
Well,
but it seems like a lot of girls do that. They go to and they ask opinions, and it's
doo-doo.
like you don't even know this person that I'm dating, and I'm asking you for opinion. Like.
Right. Like
Oh,
you
my
don't,
coworker that doesn't even know you, like,
because you don't
he's
know her
doing
like I
this,
do.
and it's like you're spinning it that way though. So it's
yeah, and
gossip.
a lot of times, especially if the girls are single, they're friends, because women are strangely competitive when it comes to guys.
Yes, they
Yeah.
are.
They
Thank God. I mean,
they
just
will
saying.
try to make it so that she does ruin that relationship or break up with him or
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because
do whatever it takes.
Do whatever it takes.
Is it because
Cheat,
they're like
lie? I don't know.
The world may never know.
center of a lollipop? What? The world may
Center
never
of a
know. Like,
lollipop. Yeah,
the
it's
center
the
of the
Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, the Tootsie. Sorry, whatever.
That was great.
How many
right.
wicks it
Okay,
takes.
yeah, I get it now.
I got it as
I
soon
get
as
it.
you said it.
Yeah, it took me a while.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's
Anyways.
kind of the gist. Is I just feel like it's more of a trend instead of being the noble way of things. Is like just ending it, whether it's legitimate feelings like you're not committed enough, there's no communication, or whatever, and doing it the honorable way. You're doing it the sneaky way, the cheap way of getting out of a relationship and being with somebody.
Yeah, it's the easiest way out.
Yeah. And then what were you saying? You said like in one episode, like it's what most like 50% of women or like 90% of women marry the guy that they're actually not in love with because they
85%.
85%.
Now, to be fair, that's an internet statistic, so
Yeah.
I don't know how legit that is.
Yeah, I'm not like Bill Nye judging you about it. Like,
I
like,
feel like you are right now. No, not really. I don't feel that way.
No.
But with that being said, when I've mentioned that to women, they've always looked at me and said, "Yeah, I can see that being true." And these are married women.
yeah.
So
Yeah, there's some
that.
They're like,
realism.
yeah.
There's some realism to that.
yeah, there is some realism. Maybe it's steeped a little high.
Right. I don't think 85%, but I would say probably
I would say 84, 84 and a half.
84.99. No, if it were to be
Low.
like a fair number, I would it's definitely more than 50%. I'll say that much,
Oh, for
especially
sure.
with today
For sure.
versus back then. But like, I mean, even back in elementary school, like I think cheating was literally just not even thought of, like when we were growing up. Because it really was like in 6th grade or whatever. Like I'm sure, like
In 6th grade, I was thinking about crayons and snakes.
and Aubrey.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, but you know what? Crayons and snakes. Just clicked in my head just now.
That
You
is
mean-
that is the weirdest time is 6th grade because it's like some
Puberty.
people already hit puberty and then you're sitting there like
Joe Grison.
like really young.
Joe.
Like
yeah,
this
Joe
guy has
Grison,
a-
who was already 35.
Yeah, that guy already has a beard, and
And I don't.
yeah, and I look like a little kid over
Dude,
here.
I had like the
Like-
pedo stash. It was nasty. Like my mustache was like the first thing that grew in, and I looked disgusting with just a mustache. I'm never shaving this ever, like down to baby skin. First of all, I'm hiding like my 7 chins underneath this beard, but it's one of those things.
Solid.
I know, right? Just a solid lump of fat right here. But it's like, yeah, you get those kids with growth spurts, and then you got like the women with their stuff, and that's when guys really start. I think probably what 5th or 6th grade is when guys start noticing. Oh, women are changing. They have boobs.
Yeah, it was more like 9th grade for me, dude. Like I feel like it was so late.
You said you were 9.
I said 9th grade.
Oh, I thought you said. You
Yeah,
were
9,
Yeah,
dude.
that's late.
I didn't start looking at girls until last year, and I'm 29.
God
Nice.
bless.
Solid.
Oh man.
Literally.
Anyway,
Awkward silence.
we were on the subject of 6th grade. So you think that the trend of cheating is a relatively new thing?
Yeah, it's relatively new because
As
I've
far as trying to get out of a relationship, because it's been going on for a millennium.
Yeah, it's been going like cheating has definitely existed for the longest time ever, even probably back in medieval days and stuff like that. But I feel like from I would honestly say probably 2021 all the way till current. Because 2021 I started noticing that with a few of my buddies where like it wasn't a whole lot of them, but at least 2 of them that same year got cheated on, and the girl had been seeing a guy for like 3-4 months or something like that. And then in 2020 it started picking up more and more and more.
I think it's where the culture is going.
Yeah,
Like
and-
it's more open to do that.
yeah,
now.
and I think, excuse me,
I mean, also like people are having more open relationships and stuff like that.
yeah, but that's expected when you're in an open relationship. It's moral to do that. Quotation
Yeah,
marks,
because
moral.
they're just like there's no ties.
Yeah.
And that's why most relationships like marriages unfortunately are
Right, but I'm
also,
saying
like,
that's
not found
like
either.
not setting a good foundation
Yeah.
for the culture in general.
Yeah.
It's just what I mean.
I think it is right. I think also the problem is Andrew Tate and the red pill community.
Yes.
They say they will tell guys that women will crave you more if you cheat on them.
Yeah, or treat
That
them
is
like crap
actually
or whatever.
yes.
That's probably a terrible thing to say.
It is.
Yeah, well, it is not probably.
Women are
it is.
objects
It
and
probably
stuff
is.
like
right,
that.
and that. But they also teach you how to attract women. So there's a lot of guys flocking to that because what guy doesn't want to be attracted to or attracted by women?
Right.
They
What
all
guy
want
doesn't
that.
want to be attracted to women?
None.
But yeah, no, like I get where you're coming from with that. Yeah, because it's misleading because they're under that again psychological. Man, I'm desperate and lonely.
Right.
I want to be with a girl, or maybe there's some like Miss Andrew Tate freaking character or something like that where.
Well,
like,
what
she-
I think is so the red pill and Andrew Tate and all them are the only ones teaching guys how to attract women.
Yeah.
The church isn't going to because they just say be godly.
Right.
And that's it. That
Be
doesn't
godly.
they don't say how to be worthy, how to be attractive. But I think with that happening, it's almost as if women want revenge.
Right.
Like they hear these guys saying, "Oh, you should be cheating on your wives."
I
and
mean,
your
to be honest,
girlfriends."
if you're treating your girl like crap, like beating her or doing anything else like that, like, yeah, you deserve to get cheated on and whatever else happens. But if you're like one of those guys that's like, in a weird way,
John Goodman coming in as Fred Flintstone.
yeah, but dabba-doo! That was kind of loud.
I think it's just like damage from like past relationships that like they got cheated on by a guy or whatever.
But then again, it's like, why would you, just because you got cheated on, why would you cheat on that person?
Yeah, because I've been cheated on twice because I was ugly. And
ugly
and I'm
proud.
and in recent relationships, I don't think I've ever thought about cheating. It may have crossed my mind actually now to think about it.
It might be like a loyalty thing where you don't trust them because you've been cheated on. Like that's with me is like with certain women, they give me the vibe of like, yeah, I could see you leaving me here soon.
I'm
for
not
another
talking
guy.
about you or like guys. I'm talking about girls, how they feel when they get cheated on, and then it's like, well, maybe I can get back at this guy. I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe they can
Maybe
get back
they're not
at the same
necessarily.
guy.
No. Maybe they're not saying it like in their head, but like
They're thinking-
psychologically, like
They want to get back at guys.
yeah, they
Yeah,
want to get
like,
back at guys, so
yeah,
they're going to
maybe.
go
I
with
don't know.
somebody else, kind
I
of
don't
thing.
know. Ask a girl. We need to get a
That's-
girl on,
We
Call your mom.
looks at the camera.
guys.
No, I think you may be onto something because the last actual girlfriend I had, I'm not going to say when it was or who it was,
Yesterday.
but but the last actual girlfriend I had, I don't know for sure if she cheated on me, but there was definitely indications of she's not telling people that she's off the market.
Right.
Like when I was going to go to her workplace and she said, "Oh, they're going to find out that I have a boyfriend."
Yeah, that's already.
And we're 4 months in. They don't already know that.
Yeah,
You're
like-
just now going to, like, the second I walk in is the first time they're going to hear about me.
I could see like maybe a week or
Crazy.
two into the relationship, maybe 3 at most, if you don't tell people because you want to keep it under wraps to make sure, like, hey, this guy's going to be with me or this girl's going to be with me. I don't want to sit here and get everybody like, oh my God, you're seeing somebody? Like, like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you've been dating for like 4 months, like that's odd if you haven't told anybody
Right.
at all. That's just because you're having your own thing going on. And that to me is an indication.
It's almost like you're ashamed to be dating this
Yeah,
person,
'cause
and
you've
you
been-
don't tell anybody.
You've been known as like a McDonald's open 24 hours. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Like, wow.
That's a little aggressive.
Little bit.
Not necessarily they're doing that.
I mean,
They're
guys
just-
could be the same thing too, but
Yeah, that's why I said that there was an indication. I don't know
Yeah.
for sure if she actually cheated, but she
Right.
also wasn't showing,
affection or any kind of interest at that point.
yeah, and not really saying, "Hey, I'm off the market."
Right.
It's just like she acted like she was still single when I wasn't around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is no,
me, that's weird.
no bueno.
No bueno.
What do you have to say, Ethan? You look like you have to say something.
No, I'm good.
He's
I-
got
I
his
don't know, is
Jocko
it-
energy drink, his
dude.
glasses, and his trail mix. He's good.
Yep. I'm good for about the next 24 hours.
You gonna climb them Appalachian mountains, boy?
Nah, I already did that.
No,
Did
do it
already do
again.
that.
Do it again.
You want to see me climb that mountain? Want to see me do it again?
Oh man. I don't know. Anything else on this topic
Not really.
that anybody thought
Men
of?
and women
Well,
of this podcast that
yeah.
are listening, stay loyal to whoever you're with and don't cheat on them. Don't ever think that's an option. 'cause
Nah, I
it's not.
definitely cheat on them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had
Oh.
to do it every time.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Everybody,
Next time.
thanks for listening.
Yep.
Don't forget to email us at digitalfilepodcast@gmail.com
Check us out on TikTok as well.
and Instagram. Yeah, give us a rating.
Give us
Fill
that
out
rating.
our polls if you're on Spotify.
Get some downloads in there.
Absolutely. Tell your friends, family, grandparents, I don't care, co-workers, that neighbor across the street. Let them know.
Your mom.
Your mom.
All right, thanks. Bye.